And we are going to almost let you go. But before we do, we wanted to take a minute. There's been a lot of stuff going on in the news. And as you know, one of the things that's been kind of unfortunately been coming up in the news recently, there's been a number of mass shootings. One happened in Buffalo, in a supermarket where 10 people were murdered and three were wounded. It turned out it was a hate crime. The gentleman was a white gentleman that targeted African Americans. You shouldn't have to deal with that going to the grocery store.
No.
Look, I get, you just shouldn't have to deal with that. I'm not trying to go too deep into it. And Will, I'll give it to you if you want to say anything about it. I just want to say prayers to the family, prayers to all those that have been affected, and prayers to all the people that are looking at these events and saying, now I'm scared to go this place or I'm scared to go that place. Live your life, ladies and gentlemen. I've unfortunately, and I'm going to talk about this in a minute, I have unfortunately been around a number of people that have lost people or are losing people in their lives. These things are inevitable. You don't want this to happen. This should not be inevitable, having, going to the grocery store and think that could be it. When God takes you home, it's your time. But you hold on to the people that are close to you. And you got to go out there with the courage every day. You cannot live in fear. This stuff is awful, absolutely. But we have to be the ones that are picking each other up and saying, I'm not tolerating this.
Yes.
Whoever we have to go talk to, be it Congress, be it our neighbors, be it our county leaders or mayors, whatever, I'm not tolerating this. And I don't think that's too much to ask. Will, you got any thoughts on it?
Yeah. And I'm not going to go, like you said, too deep. I know I sent you some stuff yesterday. And I was pretty upset over all this.
Rightfully so.
We so much say the words thoughts and prayers to the victims and to the families. But honestly, my thoughts and prayers go to the folks in Washington, D.C. that decide laws, that are ignoring, that think that they can just tweet out thoughts and prayers and say, well, mental health was behind the person. Because yes, what mental health was behind the person. If you are willing to do this to another American, you have mental problems. But they had access to weapons that they should not have access to. And we are putting weapons over lives too often. And it's getting ridiculous. And I hate the fact that people who look like me get away with stuff and have people who look like you, Sean, a community of Americans that are scared to be pulled over by law enforcement, pulled over to be around other folks, scared to go to the grocery store now. It's awful. And we got folks in DC who just think saying the words thoughts and prayers are enough. And I'm sick of it. Yeah. Just like you said, if it has to start at the local level, if it has to start bigger, we have to start doing more because we've got to get the guns out of people's hands because they're not being responsible with them. Yeah. We don't get to drive as fast as we want in cars. There's a speed limit. We don't get to drive without a seatbelt because we can't be trusted on our own actions. And that type of mentality has to be taken towards guns because it's getting out of control. And I'm scared to send my sons to elementary school in a couple of years. They just found out down here that 3 kids in Charleston 3 middle school kids brought guns to school. They got caught with them before it could have gotten worse. This whole my rights thing is bull because you got to look at the bigger picture of stuff. We got Americans who are scared and we've got tragedies happening and we got lawmakers who ain't doing shit. And it really, really bothers me.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm going to go with one more prayer on this one. And I'm going to pray for the perpetrator. I'm going to pray for that ideology, that mindset, that picture that you can build in your mind that makes me, by the color of my skin, a threat. I'm praying for you because I don't have any other option. I can't trust those who are put in power to protect. I can't trust those who have the badge on that are supposed to be there to serve and protect communities. I have to trust that you are not so off your rocker that you're going to come after me or those that I care about because of whatever. I got to pray for you. Because if I decide to go into that dark area with you, I can't. I have to. That breaks my heart hearing you say that you have to worry about your children going out there. My son is at 18 at Belmont University. I worry about that all the time now.
Mm-hmm.
He's mixed. His mother is white. I'm black.
Mm-hmm.
People especially get upset with that type of thing. That scares me every second of the day. But then I got to sit there and think, my God is bigger than all of that. He brought me here for a reason. He brought this show here for a reason. He brought us here for a reason. This too shall pass. We need to get this thing dealt with, though. And that's straight up. That's what it is.
Thanks for watching. If you like that clip, be sure to check out the other great content from the Let's Talk Football community. And as always, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll be notified when more great content like this becomes available.